This year, the month-long celebration of Ramadan is expected to begin on June 17th. With more than 1.5 billion Muslims gearing up to celebrate the holiday, we wanted to explore its origins and significance. So what is Ramadan? Well, Ramadan is a holiday practiced by all Muslims. They fast from sunup to sundown to show their devotion to God or Allah. Ramadan comes on the 9th month in the lunar-based Islamic calendar and is considered the most holy month of all. According to Islam, Ramadan is believed to be the month in which the angel Gabriel revealed the word of God to the Prophet Muhammad. This later became the Quran and included instructions to honor the month of Ramadan itself. The Quran says the month of Ramadan is a guidance for the people and clear proofs of guidance and criterion. So when the moon is first sighted on the 9th month, all Muslims who are healthy and past puberty are required to fast during daylight. The fast includes abstination from food, water, sex, violence, smoking, and other sinful behavior. Fasting can be physically and psychologically challenging, but it's supposed to help Muslims grow spiritually and show their devotion to God. In some areas, especially northern nations, these fasts can last as long as 19 hours. Fasting is an important part of Islam itself. It's one of the religion's 5 central pillars. In some places like Turkey or the United States, life during Ramadan reportedly doesn't change much. However, business may slow down during the day in really hot countries because most are abstaining from water. During Ramadan, restaurants may also stay open later to serve people who can only eat meals during the evening and nighttime. The last 10 days of Ramadan are the most important, and many choose to pray in seclusion during this time. One of these days is believed to be the actual day that Muhammad was first given the word of God, and is called the Night of Power. However, the exact date is disputed. When Ramadan is over, there is a 3-day feast. This is also a popular time to visit graves of loved ones and pay homage. Even in the United States, where only 1% of the population is Muslim, a White House dinner has commemorated the end of Ramadan every year since the 90s. Islam is the second most popular religion globally, and Ramadan maintains a high profile among the world's numerous holidays. Hey everyone, we need your support getting nominated for a Streamy Award. All you've got to do in culture category.
Bam! I greet you in the words of Assalamu alaikum, which means peace and blessings be upon you. And I mention both Jesus and Muhammad's names. Peace be upon them both, because they were both messages of truth and reality. You're looking at the Underground Railroad. Me and former Alderman Jones come on every Saturday night at 10:30, but you can see me and Alderman Jones and Red Ross on YouTube 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. And I want to say hi to the people in Central America, Asia, Africa, the UK, Middle East, and Europe. I forgot somebody.
Australia.
He said I always forget Australia. First, I want to say hi to my mother out there. And say, because paradise, y'all remember, paradise lies at thy mother's feet. This is in the Quran. You can have another wife. You can have another daughter, you can have another son, but you can never have another mother. I love you. Okay, so I'm going to introduce the guest. Got Red Ross of the Booty Butt Naked Truth on 1570 AM. And you can hear him from 2 to 4 o'clock Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. You can hear Brother Boise, Harold Davis. I don't know who else. And Harold Davis, I'm leaving somebody out. And former Alderman Jones and committee man. And I'm going to let y'all go ahead, and then we're going to talk about Ramadan. It's very important, but please. Me and him go to the same masjid, too. Masjid El Fatih on 47th and Woodlawn. And also, I go to Masjid El Farouk at 8950 South Stony Island, and Masjid Fatih. I forgot the one on 39th and Calumet, but go ahead, brother. I'm sorry. I'm eating time up.
Well, it's
Assalamu alaikum.
Peace and blessings be upon you and the family.
Yes, sir.
Ramadan Kareem. What are you saying, Alderman Jones? You said former Alderman Jones, but then in the heart of the true people, we still the alderman. So, that carries on to whereas you can't let the people tell you what, like when they were speaking about Islam, she was saying that Islam is number 2. Whenever they tell you something, it's the opposite. Okay. Islam is number 1.
Yes, sir.
But why would they let you know that? That creates too much power, too much of a powerful thought.
Yes, sir.
This table is a box. The TV that they're watching us on is a box. The car you drive is a box with 4 wheels. The house you live in, the room you're sitting in watching this TV show is a box. When you die, they put you So in the presence of knowing how to think outside the box, that was one of Alderman Jones' problems. So us three at this table, not saying us as in country, but we three at the table think outside the box.
Yes, sir.
So you're all ready to be reckoned with, you to be looked at on a different label.
Yes, sir.
No, you know, I respect Red Ross. I'm not going to use no name, but we had a conversation once about someone in the city council who came to him and wanted them to put me into the drug business because I was creating too many problems in City Hall.
Yeah.
And he didn't know me, but he thought he had me. But he had the wrong Virgil Jones. And when they found out, he told them, "You're not the Alderman." All right? That shows you there's a man who is a man. Because he didn't have to never tell me that. He could have kept that to himself. That's why I respect him.
Yes, sir.
All right? Which will be the basis of getting my case overturned.
Okay.
All right? Now, we can move on and deal with other things.
Okay.
That's why I respect him.
Yes, sir. I respect him as a man, you know,
Did that happen now?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Respect
sir.
goes a long way.
Yes. And you know what, Brother Red Ross, first of all, I saw very little news about Ramadan. And I think people need to understand what Ramadan is. And first of all, who is Prophet Muhammad? When was he born, and what did he bring to uplift the conscious level of people's spirits?
Born 630 CE in
570.
In 570 in
Peace and blessings be upon
in
us.
Mecca. It was in the deserts of Saudi. It wasn't, I mean, in Arabia. There wasn't no such thing as Saudi Arabia. Because when me and Mr. Jones was coming up and you was a little boy, it was called Lawrence of Arabia. The Saudis came in and bought it. Now it's called Saudi Arabia. So let's not get it twisted. Saudi Arabia, Mecca Arabia, any Arabia you want to call it, still Africa. They done changed all the names and switched from Kemet. Because like he was telling you about the African name came from a Caucasian. They don't want you to know it's Kemet because that's the beginning, the count, the Sphinx, the number on the pyramid. So all these, you know, if they found out everything that they've been told a lie, how you think the society would really accept you? How would they take you? You really shake the world.
Let me tell everybody, this is a half an hour show. This brother used to be on an hour show. But go ahead.
No, but I can make it short and sweet because it's the truth.
No, go
and
ahead.
when we talking about Muhammad, his life and his death, and him coming here to bring the message that the Quran was revealed to us in the month of Ramadan, which makes it all important. And when she said the last 10 days, no, all 30 of the days or 29 of the days when they cite the moon are very important. The first 10 is mercy. There's no love without mercy. And the second 10 is forgiveness. If God can forgive you, who are you not to forgive somebody?
Yes, sir.
And the last 10 is to avoid the hellfire. Let's not get it twisted. The night of power is better than 30 months of prayer and blessings or anything else. So when you can address that in the right way, then you can address your life in the right way.
Okay. Okay.
Well, one of the things you have to keep in mind when it comes to this country, all right, since we're talking about Ramadan, you can go to the National Archives on 75th and Pulaski, get the tape 247 and read it. You know what you're going to discover, brother? The original name of this country was, listen closely,
Yes, sir.
Islam of America.
Alhamdulillah.
A lot of people don't know that.
You agree?
But I'm telling you, it's in their records.
Do you agree with that, Brother
Yes,
Red
sir.
Ross?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You know what? My question to you, Brother Red Ross, is what is the importance? What is the significance of Ramadan? What does it represent? What is it all about? Because there are people that are listening out here, new audience, they don't know.
It's about the submission to do the will of God, because this Ramadan is for God. It's not for you. It's not for you to stop cursing, to stop eating. Because if you stop eating and stop cursing and stop lying until the sun go down and come up, and right after that you go back to lying and cursing and stealing and cheating, you've really just involved yourself in mischief. You really just in the way. You're part of the problem and not part of the solution. It's strictly for God. It's not for you. You can clean your soul up. You can clean your life up. If you can stop cursing and lying and backbiting for 30 days, you can try 30 more after that. And next thing you know, 30 more after that, and then you won't be doing it at all. But it's for God. And the criteria between right and wrong that is sent down.
Okay.
Well, you know, that's why you pay attention overseas, where people who say they believe in Islam, notice what I said, say they believe in Islam, and they're going around, ISIS, all of them, killing other folks that say they believe in Islam. And during Ramadan, they don't do that. So somebody is faking.
Yeah, sabotage.
Yeah, sabotage. Because if you can do that in Ramadan, not kill each other, you can do that for the whole year round.
And they say ISIS got so much money, let's stop playing the ISIS is CIA.
100% right, my brother.
Yes, sir. And Brother Red Ross, what I would like to ask you is, what are some of the things that you are prohibited from doing in the month of Ramadan when the sun is up? And what are you allowed to do once the sun goes down?
You can break your fast. You can clean yourself. You can finish. You can finish your salats. You can
Tell them what a salat is.
Prayer. The prayer. The 5 prayers is to keep you from getting into mischief. By the time you think of something mischief to do, it's prayer time. So the 5 prayers are important because there was more prayers than that. But doing the prayer, and you're supposed to finish reading the Quran. Reading the whole Quran in those 30 days is a difference in the criteria of you doing right and wrong. And I envy the children in Arabia and Mecca and other places, but listen at the kind of envy it is. It's a good envy. Envy ain't always bad. Like when Farrakhan said somebody was great, but great don't mean good. So I envy the children over there because they could read the Quran in 7 hours to 7 days. It don't take them a whole month like it do some of us that's over here that's in the mischief and watching TV and the foolishness. They devote their time. And when you're talking about the Moors, let's revert back to the Moors. The first black president was a Moor, which was John Hanson. Obama was the first black president to serve 2 terms. But we so confused. They feed you the biscuit and the syrup over here. So the misdirection comes along with them trying to misdirect us for Ramadan, and you can't, because that's God's glory.
And they practice the religion of Islamism.
Yes, sir.
But Brother Red Ross, also from what I read, and when the sun is up, you cannot meet. But it also helps you spiritually. But also, does it make you sympathize with the individuals that are homeless, that are hungry, that are starving? Does it make you more aware? Does it make you more conscious?
Yes,
and
sir.
why?
Because you can eat when the sun go down. These people that don't have food, that's living on the street, that's homeless, when the sun go down, up or down, day or night, they can't eat. The people in Somalia don't have any food in the country. So there's a tie with them, and there's untied for us. Because when the sun go down, we can fill our soul and fill our flesh with this whatever this mess is they feed us. But for the children and the people that's in a real struggle, they don't have no end time. It doesn't matter whether the sun up or down.
Okay. This is a live show, so if you want knowledge about Ramadan, how about Islam, please don't hesitate to give us a telephone call in. But when you call up, please turn your television down so it won't be that much feedback. It won't be any feedback.
Right.
Okay. And you know, as we talk about Quran and we talk about Ramadan, why does it change? Why do the months change sometimes? Do the months change sometimes? Or do they stay the same?
No, the solstice that changes with the seasons because it's 15 days each time earlier. Like it came in on this is the 20th. I think it came in on the 17th. So next year it'll come in on the 2nd. It's always changed 15 days. But as it comes around, it lets you know who the Muslims are that stay sturdy and steadfast. Because an imam told me that when the time comes in a season like this,
imam, they don't know. That's like equivalent to being a preacher,
a reverend,
Right.
The imam told me, he said, when it comes down to this time of Ramadan, you're gonna find Muslims that say there'll be a Muslim in the winter. They can't sacrifice the pressures of not having water and food, not realizing that you only, if you're doing it for God, you don't, there's no pain with it.
Yes.
I'm 62 and I don't have any problems with it, medicine, water, none of that.
Okay. Let me tell you, this is a live show, man. They must really, really be listening. Why do you think in the news media there was not much attention, euphoria in terms of outpour of information being given about Ramadan? They didn't put as much emphasis on it. What is the reason? Because we live in a Judeo-Christian society.
You want me the truth or you want me to water it down? First of all, it's like Putin. They tried to make Putin the bad guy in Russia. You know why? He don't deal with the gays. He don't. We leave the formulation of what God put. You can't say that God don't. He had to come back and rebuild Sodom and Gomorrah. In Islam, we don't play that. There's too many hugs and kisses for us, the way we embrace each other, for somebody that's not right to be among us.
Yes.
So you're not going to get coverage, because the coverage of the world is done twisted. If you got a movie, in some part of the movie, you got a guy kissing a guy or a girl kissing a girl. We don't play that in Islam at all. Okay. So how much play you're not going to get much play.
Okay. We have a telephone call. Go ahead, telephone call, and beat the drums.
Go ahead, caller.
I'd like to know, what is the true reason for Ramadan?
See, what is the reason for Ramadan?
Thank you. It's the 30 days of fasting. You want me to answer that when you're on the way?
Yes.
It's the 30 days of fasting where you discipline yourself. You have sacrifice. Like when the sun is up, you can't touch your wife. You can communicate with your family. You can deal with your children, but the hugging and kissing only in the lining of the sun, and there's no food. And as the discipline helps, it helps the whole family. It just doesn't help you. And it's not just being abstained from food. It's abstaining from all kind of foolishness. And if you could discipline yourself from sun up to sundown, you can do it a little further than after Ramadan. And before you know it, you have a complete life of peace.
Mm-hmm. Beautiful. You got a question for them?
No.
Okay. Question is, you know what? This is not about Ramadan. It's about Ramadan, but it's about Islam. That the enemy of Islam has infiltrated some mosques with agents, spies, microphones, and provocateurs. But I would like to ask you, do you feel they would be successful? For it says in the Quran that they plan, but Allah plans, and Allah is the best planner. So no matter what they do to destroy Islam, do you think they would be successful?
Before you go any further, I want, for the audience benefit.
Okay.
All right. First, I want to break something down. The word Islam means submitting yourself to God. That's the Arabic word. Allah is the Arabic word. That derived from the Spanish. All right, and they never changed it. It was Ayah. 2 L's in Spanish is the Y sound. And I say that so people will know that you're talking about the creator of the universe.
Yes, sir.
All right, this ain't no garbage you're talking about.
Yes,
right?
sir.
Part of the other reason is when you talk about Ramadan, Ramadan is to teach a person to succumb and give away all of their carnal desires.
Yes, sir.
Carnal desires.
Yes, sir.
And that's why it takes place in the daylight. And it takes place, except for food and water, in the evening. But it leaves sex out.
Yes.
That's a carnal desire.
The lower self.
The lower
Yes,
self.
sir.
Because there are 2 selves, the upper self and the lower self.
Yes.
And it teaches you to master the lower self, and in the daytime you control the upper self, which is this as opposed to down here.
Yes, sir.
And I like the part that he said about provocateurs. I would like the audience that's listening to Cliff to go look up provocateurs so they would understand the full meaning of what he's saying. then they would find out what provocateurs are. Then they won't think we talk about Jesse Jackson Sharpton or Brooks. They would look the word up, and then they'll be able to pick a provocateur out because they'll know what he is when they send him in to interrupt Islam with Christianity.
And when you talk about Ramadan, the Coptic Church, which is the oldest form of Christianity on the earth, it's existed since the year 4325 BC. And you add these years we got now to it, it's over 6,000 years old. All right, and they, with Prophet Muhammad, all right, they protected him.
Yes, sir.
All right, when the people who were practicing Islam wanted to continue to worship many gods.
Yes, sir.
I got you.
And they let him come to Ethiopia and kept the Romans and those provocateurs off of it.
Red Ross, I want to, go back to my original question that they're provocateurs, they're microphones in mosques, they're cameras in mosques that are set up by agents to break down internal structures of Islamic mosques to bring them down. And I want to ask you, do you think they would be successful, or will it be like the Quran says? It says they plan, the enemy plans, but Allah is the best planner of all.
Well, it's
According to Quran.
Well, it's true though, because they've been there. And remember, the Prophet Sallallahu
Allahu Akbar.
Muhammad, he said 15 generations after me they'll not be the same. And to bring in to say Elijah's teaching from the nation, he used to have a front row seat for the FBI agents and the guy. So that erased all the thought.
Yes,
so now they just blending in with the crowd. So
one of his top guys was an FBI agent.
Okay.
When he died, he came forward and said, "I've been an agent all these years."
What's done in the dark come to the light. So that's what you mean by Allah plans better. It don't matter how they plan and what they do to try to destroy the greatest religion on the earth, Islam. But I'm saying what they doing is masquerading themselves because it doesn't fold right. That's why that they said in the books that they'll be running to Islam. And they are running to Islam.
Because I was on 39th in Calumet. I think this is Masjid Hassan. Imam's name is Abdullah. And there was a young man that said, what do we do if ISA organization people come in here? Do we join them? And I looked at him and said, what is wrong with you? Why would you must be aged.
What did I tell you earlier? Islam teaches you to do love, truth, peace, freedom, and if you practice that, you will always end up with justice.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Peace of mind.
I'm not joining nobody.
So
except Allah.
So, Brother Red Ross, this is deviating just for a second from Ramadan. I would like to ask you, no matter what the kuffar, the non-believer, does to try to extinguish the spread of Islam, will they be successful?
They can't. That's why the book been in place for 15,000 years and it's been untouched. So ask yourself, if you got a bag of potato chips that's closed and one that's open, which one you going to choose? You don't know who had the hand in the one open.
So the enemies of Islam that y'all hit, y'all would never stop the growth of Islam, no matter what type of propaganda you use. And what did you think about the Charlie Hasbro situation when they depicted Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, in an undignified manner? And there were Muslims that were outraged all over the globe.
They unidentified themselves with their ignorance. It just showed their ignorance. We follow more Jesus teaching than they do. So stop playing. And if you read the Bible for what it say, Jesus bent down on his forehead in one of the chapters and prayed. Which way does a Muslim pray? Okay, so all the provocateurism and the things that they do can't unfold what you said about the Creator's blessings and knowledge. You plan, but God plans better. There's no plan greater than God. What they want you to do is forget about God. You got to understand, when they took prayer out of school, you see where it was leading to. It doesn't matter. Now you took prayer out of school, you got the children in an uproar. And you don't know, you can't police your way out of this state.
So Islam is not coming. For the enemy is Islam. Islam is not coming. Islam is already here.
Been here.
And you know what? Islam is the fastest growing religion in the world. Do y'all agree with that or disagree?
That's what I was saying.
Well, it was called the old time religion.
Yes.
It was known as Islamism. See, and that's what people got to understand. I told you the name of this country originally, all right, under the tape they have there, was Islam of America. George Washington practiced Islam.
Yes, sir.
Did you realize
All
that?
them had Qurans. And then you got to understand, don't get Islam mixed up with Islam. See, ISIS and all the people you talking about is Islam. Yeah, but no, that's Islam. They put his stuff in it. Islam doesn't have it's not watered down.
Does your heart go out to the Muslims that are being bombed indiscriminately by drones overseas?
Violence beget violence. What you do at home will come back to your house.
Matter of chickens coming home. We only got 2 minutes, so you know what, there might be from Nation of Islam, Malcolm X. You got 2 minutes left. Please tell us when your radio show comes on and tell us something you might want to say.
2 o'clock to 4 o'clock, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. I'm on 8:30 on 102.3 FM on Sundays at 8:30 with Geraldine Smith. The first black woman was on death row 19 years. And I'm on Channel 5's action board to allocate $150 million to the troubled areas, doing things that help the people to be better, and it's through Robert's house.
Okay, you come on the Booty
Butt Naked Truth.
Okay, Harold Davis and Brother Boise Edwards. You got to finish comments.
Who I love like I love you and brothers.
All praises
yes,
to
sir.
Allah. Yes, sir.
Oh, I know all them brothers.
Yes.
One I've known since I was 6 years old.
Brother Boise. Dr. Boise Edwards. Yeah. And you know, I want to say thank you for accepting the invitation. Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum assalam.
This will be on YouTube, and I guess I will see you, if it's Allah's will, down in Masjid al-Fatih. And I'd like to say Ramadan Kareem. Ramadan Kareem.
Ramadan Mubarak.
And Ramadan Mubarak. And Islam is coming to the enemy that's out there, and that's through peace.
Yes, sir.
Not through love. I know y'all watching, because the alderman told me once he was one in the room and there was televisions that was all the way down to close to Stony Island.
They pay people to watch you.
Islam is coming.
Ain't no question.
No matter how many spies you put in the mosque, how many microphones you put, it doesn't make any difference.
Well, our program is on the White House website.
Yes, sir.
That's a fact.
You can run, but you can't hide.
Yeah. So
they watch you in the White House.
Yeah. Well, with the boys, you see, they was watching me before I came out my daddy's testicles.
You show, right?
So
you do say that.
It don't make no difference.
Right.
Because after it's all said and done, as you said,
right,
the Lord above is in control. Whether this government is watching you or not. You and Boise said that.
That's why they came up with these boxes. A friend of mine is in electronics.
If you can look and listen to them and see them, they can look and listen and see you. Everything is reversed.
Explained it to me. If it can transmit, it can receive.
Islam is coming back.
So they can sit and watch everything you do in your house.
The criteria from day and night shows you the opposite of things. When I first told Oprah Winfrey, I said the first sign God give you, with her $1 million education, she couldn't tell me what it was. It's day and night. When you wake up, you know it's either day or night. Everything in life is opposite. Everything you got.